right, what's good? What's good? Welcome to Piff Radio, man. I got my man, CEO Jay Pitt of Piff Radio. You already know who I be. I'm said wines. Yeah, I'm actually in the closet, dog. This time, nah, I'm in the closet.
It's all good. I'm in the kitchen.
In the closet, we're in the kitchen. Yeah, dog. Hey, man, listen, man. I know we had to get on this topic. You know what I'm saying with Will Smith and the situation going down. You know what I'm saying. So it was right that we gotta talk about this shit. Will Smith was right? Question mark. Was he right? You know what I'm saying. That's the thing. I don't know. It's a lot of it's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to unpack.
I don't know either. It's a little crazy, man.
It's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to unpack because I understand where the dude was coming from. At the same time, you don't physically assault anybody, no matter what. But everybody like, well, he defended his wife, whatever, like that. Really realize, okay. So during the process, I don't think a lot of people have noticed this shit. During the process, he was laughing at first.
Right.
He was laughing at first, and he looked over. So at some point, he had to look over at Jada. He looked over at Jada,
and that look.
Because we first he was laughing. He was like, "Oh, he was like, oh, come on." And then I think he looked over it, and I think she gave him that look like. You better handle this shit. You know what I'm saying?
She gave him that nigga get your ass up look.
Yeah.
Like, nah, this ain't it. She gave him that this ain't it face. So how you think the joke went though?
I thought the joke was harmless. I didn't think the joke was I thought it was a harmless joke. I didn't think it was something to warrant a slap in the face. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. I don't think it was a harmless joke. It didn't warrant no damn slap in the face. Some people getting assaulted. But again, it's hard to try to dictate or how a person should react if they felt they've been disrespected or they felt that you disrespect one of their loved ones. You know what I'm saying? So, but I thought the joke was harmless. I didn't think it was warranting a fucking 5-finger slap in the face.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. I didn't think it deserved that either. Like, he told the joke. I mean, he didn't have to tell the joke, but he did. I mean, they sitting in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he know Will Smith go get the award. It was kind of like he did a joke. And he ended the joke with Will Smith, kind of like in a good way.
Right.
Yeah, it just led him into the Jada joke because, you talk about Will, you talk about Jada. You got to kind of include them together. It was just his joke. Just didn't come off that way at the time, I guess, because everybody laughed about it. Everybody laughed about it. So it was a little weird, man, for him to get up and laugh. He laughed at first, then he got up and smiled all the way up.
Right.
Smacked that dude and smiled all the way back.
Right. It seemed like
his coat. Eddie fits his coat too. As soon as he did, he closed his coat up.
Hey, he walked up there like he was like. First he walked up there all casual, and then boom, like damn, what? Like whoa, I thought it was fake.
Yeah, see, I thought it was fake too. But what got me was. He didn't say nothing when he went up there. He just said something when he sat back down. I would think you would say something while you in the, in that process. But I don't know, man. It just seemed it seemed fishy. And after seeing that video of him slapping that little kid too, not slapping that little kid. Let me take that back. Doing a scene with the little kid. It was like, damn. Shit was a little suspect now that I think about it.
I saw. I didn't see that. but I saw somebody posted that. I saw a like a still shot of it. You know what I'm saying? That he was practicing how to slap somebody without actually slapping somebody.
Yeah, it was on TMZ. As a matter of fact, I seen it on TMZ, and shout out to TMZ.
Right. And you know what's funny? I said this too. I said somebody brought this up on my job. And they said the viewership, I guess the views from what it was, it was the Oscars, right? Or was it was the Oscars that the viewer, it was going down, like it been going down for the past 5 years, so people weren't turning in to watch the Oscars, turning to watch the shit. So now, now this happened, you know what I'm saying? This all happened, and I'm like, okay, now this probably gonna bring up more views next year. You know what I'm saying? Because really nobody wasn't really talking about the Oscars. I didn't know the Oscars went down that night. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't either. I didn't know about it till that slap happened.
Right. Didn't know about it till the slap happened. So that let me further know, like, people, you know what I'm saying? Imagine other millions and millions of people wasn't even interested or didn't know. So if the viewership went down, then yeah, it could be possible that they planned this all out.
Right.
They planned this shit all out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And Chris Rock ticket sales went up.
Chris Rock ticket sales did go up. I think he got sold out somewhere. He did get Yeah, I think he got sold out. So this is not going to hurt their career. I think that a lot of people, they were like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Chris Rock embarrassed Will Smith. Will Smith, this he might not get put in another movie. No, it's not. He's not. This is not going to hurt nobody's career. You know what I'm saying? This is not going to hurt no one's career. Will Smith will be fine. You know what I'm saying? Will Smith will be fine. I still on the fence that this shit was planned out. I'm on the fence. I think it was planned
out. Why you say that? What you think was the plan? And just so you know, Chris Rock sales went up, right?
Right.
King Richard got promotion for that. Will Smith book been getting promotion off of this, and they doing Red Table Talk.
So they of course they're gonna come out and say, no, this wasn't fake. You know what I'm saying? Of course they're gonna say that. At least right now. But we'll see what happens 5 months down the road. But I say it was fake because the way Chris Rock didn't even try to defend himself.
Right.
Even in the midst of somebody slapping you, you still like didn't hold your face. You didn't hold your face. You didn't like flinched out of the way. Because Will Smith was 6'2", 6'3", 210 pounds. No, he's not a small dude. You know what I'm saying? So
somebody said we still not gonna watch it. people want to know what's going to be said. Until they know what's going to happen with the Academy, some things will probably be cool until they know.
Right.
What's crazy is that was the first Oscars that was produced by an all-black crew.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, they did.
Right.
They both did that kind of in a way.
Right. And then now what now? That wasn't a fucked up part of the night. That was crazy, but that wasn't a fucked up part. The fucked up part is they didn't show Samuel Jackson win his first Oscar. They didn't even televise that.
Right.
It
overshadowed everything.
Overshadowed that, and Danny Glover winning the humanitarian award too. You see what I'm saying?
Not only that, Chris Rock at the time was giving out an award for best documentary to Questlove. Questlove won that award.
Right.
Shout out to Questlove too.
Shout out to Questlove for winning that award. Right.
Yeah, he was winning that award, and don't nobody know that because the slap happened. So again, like, why at that? Now we can go as we get deeper.
You know, you got all black cast, all black crew that's doing that. All black crew. Will Packer is the executive producer. A lot of black people getting a lot of awards tonight. All of a sudden, a slap happened on that particular night.
Right.
This slap happened on that particular night. Come on, man. It's fishy. So fishy.
I wonder who idea was to do the red tabletop.
You already know. It's probably what most likely was. Shit, probably both of theirs. Well, most likely was Jada. Most likely was Jada.
Yo, you know what I mean? Will probably gonna be on there. He probably gonna be on there crying, man.
Red table talking, yeah, he was shit. How you slap somebody and then go get on stage and cry? That's some shit.
Yeah, I didn't understand that, man. He got up there and started crying.
He got up there and started crying. Like, damn, you slapped the shit out of somebody and you start crying. Like, what kind of shit that is?
Right. Then he was stressing this man out. Like, I don't know, man. I just think I think he had some built up. He had some energy that was built up. And if it wasn't fake, he just did that shit. And I think it was stupid, to be honest with you. It was I mean, it was a better way he could have handled it.
Right.
But I didn't think Chris Rock said anything bad enough to just be slapped, if that was the case.
I don't think so either. I don't think that definitely wasn't warranted somebody to, assaulted. And then again, if I went through that with my significant other, you know what I'm saying, and I'm going through all this entanglement jokes and shit like that and all that, and somebody joke on her, guess what? I'm like, look, you got to take that on the chin. I laugh too. Shit, you got to take that on the chin. That'll be a ride home. Hey, you got to take that on the chin. All the shit I done took on the chin.
I could just imagine how many jokes Chris Rock had in his head at the time, though.
What? What?
Yo, I heard Chris Rock say, "Oh, I could have," and then he just kept going. He probably could have roasted that man so hard. Right. On that dude.
Yeah, he could have, but he had to realize I'm presenting an award, so I don't want to.
That's why he kept going. He was mad professional about it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He was like, wow, that was the greatest moment in television history, which it was. And it's funny, he said that. Now, you said that. You know what I'm saying? So, again, and then, he didn't write, supposedly, allegedly, he didn't write the joke. You know what I'm saying? So, the writing staff wrote that joke. So, he went out there and said whatever they been wrote.
Right.
But why at that moment, why they want him to say that joke? I just look at that like, why they wanted to say that?
Well, you gotta look at it like this, right? The last time he hosted the Oscars, he said something about Will and Jada.
That's true.
Maybe somebody wrote that at that time as well. But now that they're there, since they're here, you might as well get them again. You know what I mean? You got them while they wasn't here. Get them while they is here. Like a lot of stuff people don't know is that Jada actually said that in the past she went out on a date with Chris Rock and it was her worst date ever. Maybe they've been going back and forth on that every
probably.
Since. You know what I mean?
Probably.
I mean, Chris Rock said something in 2016. He's saying something now, but maybe it's just a back and forth between them because of that, or maybe because everybody got Will and Jada jokes.
Right.
For that.
Right. Shout out to Red Pharaoh, that's my dog. He say, I think that the comment, he say, I think that comment will come back because his posture was like ready to fire back, but he realized he was where he was at and he was there for. Yeah. I believe that's what I'm saying. Chris was about to go in, but he realized, okay, wait a minute. I'm just a presenter. He wasn't even. I don't think he was the host. He was just a presenter.
Yeah, he was just a presenter.
Right, he was just a presenter. So he was just presenting the award. So he realized, like, oh shit, I'm okay. Well, hold on, let me pull back. That's a good point, Red Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think he could have went, because he's a comedian. So already know, like, he could have went slapped the.
Denzel won an Oscar that night too.
Did he win an Oscar that night?
Yeah, he did.
For
He
what
won
movie?
for, hold on, I just seen it. He did win one for something.
Gotcha.
Well, I'll get back to it when I find it. But yeah, it's
Right.
that slap was a little. It put everything on notice. Like it's like I was seeing people saying how they thought it was weird that they didn't escort him out, or what if somebody else would have did the slap and they probably would have escorted him out. Like it was weird that everybody just
right, and no security came up on stage.
Yeah, like
Well, what was security? No security
like
was on. No security rushed the stage out. No security stopped them before, and nobody rushed up there after. That seems strange. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That seems very strange.
But two dudes had to go and comfort this dude because he was crying. It's weird.
Yeah, Tyler Perry and Denzel. Denzel had to be the big brother in this. You know what I'm saying? I think Denzel couldn't have. I think it was something just that he had to go talk to him. But I see what you're saying. No women came out because all the women agreed. All the women back. That's right. You supposed to defend your woman. All the women, shit. They're like, yo, he's supposed to did that.
Right.
I want my man to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So all the women agreed. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, Jada didn't go after him.
Right.
Didn't talk to him.
I don't think this. I'm trying to make sure, but I think Denzel lost his award to Will Smith. Yeah.
All right. Let me tell you. Greer said, I don't know if Devion Greer. I don't know if I pronounced the name right, but he say, I hate when people say that it reminds me of the Gayle King interview.
What did he say?
He said he hate when people say that it reminds me of the Gayle King interview. That's by shout out to Devion Greer. About being fake, I think that's what you were commenting on about being fake.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, there's such things called publicity stunts. You know,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think that I don't think the Oscars is far fetched from doing their own stunts. It's television. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Right. Oh, we got Raphael done popped in. Let me see.
What's up?
Raphael, what's good?
What's going on? What's up, Jay?
What's good?
Got Raphael, Can You Blame Me podcast, part of Piff Radio crew. You know what I'm saying? Tune in. You know what I'm saying? We talk about this slap. Will Smith was right? Question mark.
Why he on? Play the video.
Okay, let's play that. Let's play it real quick. Let's see.
Let's get back into it.
All right, hold on. Y'all see that, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
It ain't loud though. You good? I know it's because your headphones in.
Yeah, my headphones in.
Yeah, I know. I already know. We know what he said though.
That was smooth.
Like, look at the smooth walk though when after he slapped him.
Right. Oh, let's go back.
That was smooth.
Let me rewind that. Okay.
Nah, that was a. No,
what again? Where was security? What, like, come on, man! Like, where was security? Like,
well, see, Chris Rock was still laughing too.
Right, he was still laughing.
See, he laughing right here, like he
right.
Laughing.
Bam! Will Smith laughing too.
He was laughing.
You see that?
But then when he sat down, he was mad. See, he was mad. Right now, he mad. Like it's like he tricked him.
Motherfucking mouth.
It's like he tricked him.
I knew that shit was real when everybody got quiet.
Yeah.
I can tell my old girl face in the back. Hey,
yeah,
maybe you got the is the sound loud on yours? In your headphones?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. See, he said that was a nice one. He was about to keep going.
Right.
If Will Smith hadn't walked up there, nobody
Look.
would have been. If Will Smith hadn't walked up
So
there,
okay. So you see he's smiling, right? You see he's smiling. Look. Now Jada kind of discouraged, but he's still smiling. You see what I'm saying? He's still, bruh, he's still smiling. Look. He's still laughing. So he didn't even look at Jada.
Look on her face though.
Right. But what I'm saying, look, he's still laughing. He didn't look at Jada. He didn't look at Jada. See, still didn't look at. So guess what? This was the moment he had to look at Jada.
Yeah, this was the moment he looked up and he was like, "Oh shit, I done fucked up."
Right. That was the moment. That right there, all between that was the moment he looked at Jada. Because he never did look at her until I know that was that moment he looked at her. See. So of course she was mad. He was pissed. You know what I'm saying? At that when he said, "Oh my God," that was at that moment. And then next thing you know, look.
See, we need to find an alternate video of like a different angle, so we can see it.
Look at Lupita in the background, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
Yeah. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy, bro. That shit was crazy, man.
So Ralph, you think that was how you think? What you think?
Man, I actually had spoke on this, man. It's funny because I had spoke on this, man. I think as far as the clip, my theory on that is, you know how sometimes somebody will say something to you and they may crack a joke or whatever, and you take a couple seconds to process and be like, you know, that wrong thing. He said they respect me. Like, I know this nigga, he just tried me. I feel like he might have had the nigga just try me moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he just tried me, and then he seen Jada, and that didn't make it no better. You know what I'm saying? That didn't make it no better. So after he seen her reaction, it was only right for him to kind of represent him and Jada. And my thing is, bro, I think that slap wasn't just for Chris Rock. That slap represents all the damn antagonization he been receiving and all the backlash about the entanglement. He really been the butt of the joke for over the past year, bro. Year plus. He been the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
So that slap, Chris Rock was just an example. He just setting this. Chris Rock was used as an example for sending the message to everybody else through him. So that's what I feel like it was. I don't feel like that was just Chris Rock. That was for everybody who been kind of riding the coattail of that whole ongoing entanglement situation and disrespecting like his wife and his relationship. You know what I mean? So and then they showed the clip in 2016. Chris Rock was like cracking jokes on him regarding his film he made in Jada. So it seemed like it might have been built up frustration. So yeah, I felt I'm torn. A part of me feel like he did what he had to do, but a part of me feel like maybe he could have did it another way. What I would have did, well, it's easy to say what you would have did, but I'm thinking maybe I could have walked on stage, whispered to him and say, "Hey, can you apologize to my wife?" And then stand next to him like a boss and he publicly apologized.
Right, it could have been something like that. He didn't even say nothing. He just went up there and slapped him and sat back down.
Shit was usual. Like nothing happened. You know, he slapped his ass. Nothing. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Like, damn, nigga.
Yeah.
What? You know what I'm saying?
But what y'all think about Chris Rock? But I want to know this. How y'all think about what y'all feel about Chris Rock response?
Go ahead, Jay. Um,
Hold on, you got it. Hold on.
okay. I think it was professional. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, I think it was professional. I think that he could have. It's a lot of ways he could have done. He could have went. He could have. First of all, he could have roasted. He could have roasted. He could have roasted. Will Smith. But I think that he handled. I think he handled it very, very well. He handled it very well. If indeed this is real, which I believe it is, but part of me believe it's still a little fake. But he handled it very well, dog. And I can't. If somebody gets slapped, assaulted on national TV in front of the world, you know what I'm saying? You didn't retaliate or do nothing back or whatever, then you know what I'm saying? You handled that and you didn't even, as a comedian, you didn't rush in. He handled it very well because nigga, if that was me, if a man walked up on stage and slapped me, we would have been rumbling on that damn stage. You would have either you would have right. You would have Will Smith would have to whoop me. Because I'm gonna whoop his ass. He would have to whoop me. He would have to show me that he really was training for Ali that day. That you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. First of all, he slapped that dude. So
right.
I mean, the one that slap is disrespect. I mean, he ain't punching him or nothing.
Nothing. Didn't punch him.
He slapped him and they didn't even say nothing.
Open hand slap, bro. That's the worst.
It was an open hand slap, and then he turned around and flapped his jacket, like I'm about to go sit back down on your ass. Like, that slapped him and then said, "I'm about to go sit back down on your ass," and slapped him. Just slap down.
Right. That shit was.
Let me see, y'all. Hold on. Red Pharaoh said the slap I feel was thought out that was showing dominance over him with the slap, and then. Davion Greer. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right, dog. To be honest, the problem with black people is we beef publicly. I think that dude. I think he right on that look. I think he got a point. I think both of them got a point.
Yeah, they both got a point.
Both of them got a point. They definitely got a point.
I think it's ugly both ways because a lot of people been talking about it being Will Smith and Chris Rock, and it just happened like that. And a lot of other people saying that. It's like it's set up like a situation where comedians might be nervous to say something about their friends or make jokes. You know what I mean? And they might feel like they might take it personal and they can walk up and smack you. Like I seen another video where somebody got smacked at an award show right after that.
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah. Oh, for real?
You know what I mean? Like. Yeah, he could have started a whole slapping pandemic. You know what I mean?
Well, you hear? Look what happened with the comedian that talked about Young Dolph death. Allegedly, he's supposed to got shot and killed. Remember that comedian they talking about? So
yeah,
to my that even T.I. in the Godfrey situation, even though that wasn't a comedic situation, but again, T.I. went and blowed up on his ass, you know what I'm saying, for you know what I mean? So it sounds like, comedians, man, first of all, comedy is the last art form that you can express yourself, supposedly without backlash or whatever like that. But now it's like, it's becoming that, like, now like comedians have to really watch what they say, but then you know what? It's not going to be funny. After a while, man, it ain't going to be funny. It ain't going to be so dry, like to the point where like, I can't say this, I can't say that, I can't be funny doing this, and then the art form is just going to slowly die. You know what I'm saying?
They trying to take the fun out of society, man. Because comedians should have the ultimate freedom to say whatever. I mean, they always had the ultimate freedom to say whatever, unless it was like some racist shit or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But anything outside of that. It was like free game. And now being so sensitive about everything, people got to tone down what they say. You know what I mean? Like Dave Chappelle, he speak on it, but he got to speak on it a certain way. He can't. He don't really just push it out there. He set it up first and then speak on it. You know what I mean? So it ain't like it's just somebody just do a comedy show and they just Red Fox that shit or Richard Pryor that shit. Everything is set up now. They that bag is very important.
Right. It's like how can you be I wonder this, like how can comedians be funny without able to leave it all on the table? You know what I'm saying? You got, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I wonder how this can happen.
Okay. Yeah, man, but I think people ain't really what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you gotta pay attention to people's mental state too, bro. You don't know what mental state he could be in. He said he went through a lot to prepare for the movie that he in with Serena and Vince's dad. And then on top of that, like I stated earlier, you know what I'm saying, he been dealing with a lot lately within his marriage and dealing with the public and us kind of like, kind of letting the world in on what's going on behind closed doors, bro. That shit can kind of affect your mental state. So, you know what I mean? The man could realize like might have blacked out, went crazy, had a nervous breakdown. We don't know. And I feel like sometimes with celebrities, like the general public will hold them like they don't humanize them. They still human at the end of the day. They expect them to just have this strong ulterior, you know what I'm saying, out of like a real strong ulterior, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like that's not fair to Will.
Nah, that's true. That's true. And celebrities, they put themselves in these situations, though. Like, you know what I mean?
Exterior, my bad, y'all. Exterior. I
know what you. No, I know what you were saying
too.
Yeah.
Nah, they put themselves in these positions, like at a place like that.
But Jay,
right.
But check this out. But you said okay, they put themselves in that position. Okay, we put ourselves in this position, and then when Piff Radio take off and you know what I'm saying, go to we get to that level, some of our shit may go to the public, but we still men at the end of the day. You dig?
Right.
You dealing with shit, I'm dealing with shit. Like everybody have problems, so it's like you don't ever know what somebody could be going on when the camera's off.
Right.
And then
that's the same with Chris Rock too. You know what I mean? Like obviously he had to do his job, but now he gotta. I wonder like everybody talking about the slap, but they ain't really talking about the person that got slapped.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like ain't nobody heard from this dude. He's just somewhere.
Yeah.
Wherever.
Yeah.
Man, shit, that nigga brought it on himself. Shit, nigga, hey, bro, you talking about that lady alopecia, nigga? Hey, man, you got down. Hey, bro, if you can stand in the paint, goddamn, you deserve to take that charge, man. Fuck that shit.
Hey, well, allegedly he didn't know. He said he didn't know. Allegedly.
He didn't know?
He said he didn't know that she had alopecia. Hold on, I'm saying.
That's what he said. Yeah, I heard him. Well,
yeah, she been in a lot of shows and movies where she had the bald head. I mean, not the bald head. I don't know how her hair was.
The short haircut.
Just a short haircut.
Yeah, it looked good on her. I thought it was just, she do that. She always been known to rock short haircut, so I didn't think nothing of it.
Yeah, right. Like I said, when we was watching the clip, if Will Smith hadn't walked up there, nobody would have remembered that joke because he was about to keep going with more jokes.
Right,
so
right.
His next joke probably could have been funnier than that Jada Pinkett joke, and we probably wouldn't even be talking about this.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
That snapped through everything off. Everybody who won that night really don't matter. Yeah, it really don't matter.
So y'all disagree with it then, huh?
What with the slap? Yeah, you don't insult nobody, though. That's first and foremost. You just don't. You don't get up on stage and slap nobody. You know what I'm saying?
I think he should have handled it a different way. I don't think he should have went up there and slapped him. I just think he should have handled it a different way. Like I said,
maybe he should have slapped him. I think he should have slapped him behind the scenes.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's why I would have caught a video of that shit. Oh, Chris.
I don't know. I probably would have been like, I probably would have said something.
Yeah.
What I mean? I probably been like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I probably would have said something. Just
yeah.
Right, and it seemed
you right, bro. You right.
Right, and it seemed right. I agree. It seemed like he tried.
Can't let it slide for too long because you got to sit there and marinate on that shit.
But it seemed like he had. But it seemed like he had to prove something to Jada though. That would have seemed like why would you get like why would you wait to that moment in front of national? So it's like you had to prove something to Jada and you had to prove something to everybody else. Don't fuck with me. That's what the message I got.
Yeah,
that's what the message I got.
Right.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But I think Chris Rock was probably just. I just think Chris Rock caught the man in the stick based off of built up stuff that's been going on throughout this whole time, and it just made it look angry.
Right.
I don't think that would. Right. I don't think there would have been any hitting if it was handled backstage. That was Red Farrell said.
Steve Harvey said.
I don't think it would have been no hitting either.
Steve Harvey said he knew that shit in the green room.
Yeah, that's what Red Farrell said. Like if it was done back, that wouldn't happen backstage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't think that would have happened backstage. But then again, it happened on national TV.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But again, like I said, why he picked that moment? You know what I mean?
They didn't even talk after the slap because I seen the behind the scenes where Denzel and Tyler Perry was like consoling Will Smith after he got slapped. But they could have had a conversation then too, as well. That probably would have been the perfect time during a commercial break anyway to have that conversation. Like, yo, better watch your mouth. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I know I just did what I did, but you still got to watch your mouth. You know what I mean? Like,
I doubt it, dog. The way Will Smith was laughing at the joke at first. You see, that's what I'm saying.
You couldn't tell the way he was bawling and crying when he was talking about that award.
Man, that A said like, I really think he was trying to send a message through Chris Rock to everybody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I don't think he was just trying to go out his way to prove to Jada. I think it was for us.
Chris took that.
Hey, I'm a grown man from Philadelphia, born and raised. Goddamn, with a playground where I spent most of my days. And I slapped the hell out y'all ass.
Right. Chilling out. What's that? Chilling out.
They still been letting them have it. The internet been going crazy over this.
Yeah, been going crazy.
He got to take. He should have took that shit. Well, I don't know if they probably did because I think they already. I think in Red Table Talk they already said they already talked about the situation. Before they did the Red Table Talk or whatever like that. I just didn't think I believe he didn't think he was going to get that much made fun of and backlash or whatever. I didn't think I think he underestimated the powers of the internet.
I think
he did.
I think Will Smith emotionally abused.
Yeah.
To be honest, because he go through it.
Yeah,
he go through it. I mean, every August he got to think about it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? like as soon as the slap happened, people start talking about why he ain't slapped August Alsina for smashing his girl.
Right. Because August Alsina probably whooped his ass. Probably whooped his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all know what? Hey, that shit will be an epic red table episode with Chris Rock, Will, and Jada. They sitting down at the red table.
Yeah.
Oh no, we couldn't do that at the red table because I'm gonna come across that goddamn table.
That shit will do. If they play it right.
What if it was fake though, and they did that red table together?
But even if it is, bro, Jay, like this shit gonna do numbers, bro.
Yeah, of course.
Even if it is, I don't think it was fake. I don't think that was real. I don't think that was fake.
I mean, shit. How much you think it would have? I don't want to go off topic, but it's kind of going the same realm. Like how much you think it damn near took Jeezy? I mean, it took Gucci not to come across that goddamn stage to hit Pop Jeezy in the goddamn jaw. You see what I'm saying? So again, it
must have been a lot.
It must have been a lot because
he still don't like Jeezy.
Yeah, you don't forget that. You don't forget a man try to put a hit out on your head. You don't forget that. That's something you don't forget. So that's something you definitely don't forget. So a slap on national TV. You know they're gonna replay that shit. You know it's all out of the internet. It got you know that's something. I don't. If it was fake, they definitely gonna have to come out and say, hey, yeah, we planned the whole thing, whatever like that. But to have that red table talk and Chris Rock don't jump across the goddamn table and wring his damn neck, dog. Yeah, that all shit on the stage. You know,
yeah, he apologized to him though. He did apologize to Chris Rock though.
Shit, ain't no apology. Fuck that. You know, no, it's on site when I see you.
You see what Shannon Sharp said?
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he would put Will Smith ass if he did that.
Right.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. And then he said
I think everybody would say that though. I mean, I think everybody would say that, but if you in that situation, like I said, Chris Rock was laughing the whole time Will Smith was walking up there, and Will Smith was smiling. So it wasn't like he came up there with an angry walk or angry look, like I'm about to smack the shit out of you. It was like, oh, okay, like it was. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. For him, it was surprising, I guess, because he wasn't expecting it.
But then he had to keep it, like you said, he had to keep it professional, stay in character, keep the show going. So you know that's a lot to process at one time. You don't know whether you should take that shit to Compton or keep it in Hollywood.
Chris Rock said, "Wow,
wow, he just slapped the shit out.
He just slapped the shit out of me."
And this dude is such a comedian that he made a joke right after that, after the slap, and everybody was still laughing. You know what I mean? Like everybody laughed again. So you know.
Oh man, you know he gonna make it. You know he gonna make a goddamn. You know he gonna make a damn joke out of this shit. This is so much content.
That's what he do, right? Like I said, he probably had mad jokes in his head at that time. Him and Will Smith was going back and forth. He probably was. His mind was probably going like this, like, "Oh, I can get you right now."
Right. But you know, I believe if Chris Rock was the host and that happened, I think Chris Rock would have went in. I think Chris Rock would have went in. They would have to cut. They would have to cut it. Hey, we got to go to commercial. You know, go. Hey, go to commercial. Because Chris Rock killing him. You know what I'm saying? Jaden and Will would have had to walk up. They had to walk up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But again, I think again, it seemed like he had to prove like, yo, don't, not just to Chris, but everybody else that they're making jokes, don't fuck with me.
Right. What y'all think about?
You know what I'm saying? Like that was the moment.
What y'all think about Diddy saying Chris Rock had a nice chin?
She did. Shit.
That what I'm saying, bro. Like,
I mean, it was just like, I don't know what kind of stuff that was.
But look, bro, that shows like how sometimes we can be hypocritical, bro. Because we always preaching black love and peace and prosperity and shit. But like at the end of the day, bro, we all gossip. Everybody try to get their jokes off. Everybody hypocritical in some way. Right. You know what I mean? And just like you said, like for him to say that, you don't know what Chris Rock mind state is. Because see, I done seen 1,000 Chris Rock memes. He done went. I said on my podcast, like on my episode I did, I said he slapped him back in the pookie. And I know this nigga done heard. and I know this nigga done heard 1,000 jokes, you know what I'm saying, over the past few days, bro. So like for Diddy to say that, dog, I just feel like he should have took more of the big dog role, more of the you know what I'm saying, the high road instead of egging on the joke, because you don't know what his state, that shit can make him, go crazy, possibly. He can be bullied for the rest of his professional career, because now you done got slapped in front of the world. Now another dude may feel like they can slap you around. The baby even went at him, the rapper.
Yep. Oh no, I think Chris Rock's smarter than have some security this time most days.
I hope he do.
Not only that,
it look like it's open season for Chris Rock.
I was just about to say, not only that, it's gonna be videos everywhere. I done seen 2 remix videos. Like, it's gonna be punchlines from rappers. It's gonna be all kind of shit.
Bro, it's just like school, bro. It's just like in school, work, anything, bro. Anytime somebody see that somebody else can push you to a certain limit, If you exposing it around everybody else, they gonna look at it like you weak. You
Yeah,
crazy.
so you got to go off. Yeah, sometimes you do. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
when you hold it in.
Chris
When you
Rock
hold
should
it
have
in.
aired that motherfucker out, man. Chris Rock should have aired that bitch out, man.
no, for real. Again, Chris Rock should have let the Brooklyn come out of him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Fuck
come
the
on,
Oscar,
dog.
man. Fuck this show. Fuck the Oscar.
Right.
Hey, man. Meet me best. You know what I would have said? Real shit. Well, okay, like I say, we always gonna say what we could have said. But for the sake of conversation, I would like to say that if I was in that situation, hey, Will, meet me backstage right now. Right now, backstage.
Right.
At least, or look, if I'm scared, but check it out. If I'm scared, I'm gonna act like a nigga gotta hold me back. I'm gonna walk up there and time enough for somebody to come grab me. I'm gonna shoot birds, motherfucker. Wait till we get back. I'm gonna do something.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta do something. Yeah,
right, dog. No, bro. Again, bro. I mean, I know my pride. I know that. That's why I try to stay out of confrontation because I know me. Again, if that would have happened to me, you slap me on my ego already been fucked up. You slap me in front of my wife. You slap me in front of my kids. You slap me in front of my grandmama, my sisters, my brothers. You slap me in front of my family, my friends, my business partner, Piff Radio, 80 Grand Music, Beats by Set, all that. Can't blame you. You slap me in front of everybody in front of the world, and you turn your back and walked off stage like, oh no, I was attacking that nigga like he was Ray Lewis, like I was Ray Lewis.
The turn of the back for me though is what, because like I said, he turned his back and closed his code up. Like yeah, it probably would have been headlock time. It would have been headlock time. It would have been kick you in the back time, kick you in the back of your head. It would have been something.
Oh.
There ain't no way in the world
he was freezing. What the fuck?
You freezing up? You ain't freezing up.
Hey, y'all freezing?
Here?
No, we not freezing. You freezing up?
It's all
Why
good.
y'all keep freezing up?
Just leave and come back.
Just leave and come back.
Okay, we good now. We good. But yeah, man. I agree with y'all, man. I agree with y'all. But I'm sure if three of us, if we was all in that situation, bro, it's hard to say what we would do in real time. When you in a spotlight, it's hard to say what you woulda, coulda, shoulda did, dog. I can sit here and say I would have beat his ass all day, but I might have bitched up too. I don't know.
I hate that it happened because the only person that you know won an award is Will Smith, and he was the one who did the slap.
Right.
I gave him the Snapper Nigga Award.
Right.
He deserved that too. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. It's a lot of people.
I think it overshadowed a lot of greatness that night. You know what I'm saying?
We can talk about what's going on, but I wouldn't do what other people are doing and say, you know, you should go have that same energy for this person or whatever. Like, that ain't my business. This ain't my business, but I'm not gonna speak on something like that though. I'm gonna speak on this because you slapped that man on TV, so we can talk about it.
Right.
But I can't speak about that other shit you got going on. You know
right. I think, you know, as we get more into the limelight, I think we all need to be prepared for curveballs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, we all need to be prepared for curveballs. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, even I don't want to get too much in depth with my son's situation, but I know that's going to come up one day. You see what I'm saying? And it may come up in a big setting like this. So I have to prepare my mind and my heart. You know what I'm saying? And be able to counter that, because it may come up in a time. It may come up on a platform. Maybe it may come up on a platform. Somebody will ask me a question about that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or they'll say something. They might say something I might not feel like that's you know what I mean. So I have to prepare. So I'm mentally preparing for that, because I know it's going to come up one day as we elevate. You know what I'm saying? As we elevate into this media realm and shit come up, whatever. So I know it's going to come up. So so again, you know, all of us, we would have to. This is a lesson learned. Like, yo, we would have to be prepared for anything that, you know what I'm saying, that comes up, and even that's how I saw it. I said, okay, I saw the big. I'm like, yo, we just got to be prepared for anything make sure we prepare mentally, physically, emotionally, shit come up because it's because we I look at we're human beings, so we're not subject to bullshit.
No, it happened to everybody at some point. Like people try to exploit you, expose you. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm hoping, bro. That's why, like, I'm telling anybody I had dealings with, please delete my sex tapes out there. I don't want my shit to get out. I don't want my shit to get out, bro. Like, delete my dick pics, my sex tapes, delete all that shit, bro. Like, let me have it. That's why I be trying to make friends with my little people I fell out with, but like, try to be cool, bro. Just come on, man.
Hey, you better make sure you were going in on that goddamn.
Oh yeah, nah, I was going in. It just like, bro, you know, you don't know when you get to a certain level and people have like certain parts of your life experiences, they might down there turn my shit to an NFT. You don't know what can happen, bro.
That's true. Yeah, you know.
Hey, you still messing with the NFTs?
I'm learning about. Oh, say it. Oh,
yeah.
Both of y'all.
Yeah, man. I'm still trying to learn. It, but I need to come up with a better artwork. I like my logo, but just have a still shot. It just I just need something else. I want to have like a series, like how you did with the series that you did with the little men. That was dope. I need something like that. I need like a series of some lions or shit. You know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's still hard though. I got 3 collections, but it's still hard. I mean,
yeah,
it just is.
Right, and it's all through crypto, so that's the thing.
Yeah, man, I'm still learning about it, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't actually created or bought one yet because I'm still new to it. I mean, I know about the crypto and I know how to purchase it. You know, so I even downloaded the little app to where you can kind of, you know what I'm saying, get into it or whatever. But I haven't actually physically done it yet. Like me, I'm a researcher first. I research the hell out of it before I actually do it. So I haven't physically like sold or bought one yet.
Right. Yeah, same here. Yeah, Red Pharaoh, you got to get into it. You be doing artwork and stuff, so you got to get into
you do artwork?
Red Pharaoh do. That's my partner. You know what I'm saying? He produces too. Yeah, so shout out to Red Pharaoh. But yeah, he does. Pharaoh. Yeah, he does artwork and he a DJ too. So yeah, he need to look into it. But again, I got into it because it was a challenge that was done. You know oh man, I want to say her name. And she was like, I challenge you. She was challenging me and DJ Rob. You know what I'm saying, to do it NFT. And I, went through it and did it. You know what I'm saying. But I realized like all that shit is through crypto. You know
Ethereum. So, I think you purchased it with Ethereum.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, I did it. It was a process, you know what I'm saying? It was a process, but it wasn't hard as people, made it out to be or whatnot.
So you think that slap, you think that can be an NFT?
Hell yeah. I'm surprised they ain't NFT now. They probably working on shit. Somebody already made an album cover out the motherfucker already.
I seen a toy.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I've seen a whole bunch of shit too.
Yeah, I've seen a whole bunch of shit. Yep.
They gonna turn that shit to a whole wrestling match on the game or something.
Man,
Will Smith and Chris. Man, shit, I'm surprised WWE ain't calling right now. That'd be smart to get Hey Vince, make that happen, dog. Make that happen. Chris Rock versus Will Smith at WrestleMania.
But this society, the culture so microwave, bro. I guarantee you, next week this time, this shit gonna be like it's gonna stick. It's definitely gonna stick. But next week, niggas gonna be on to the next thing, bro. So you just gotta lay low for the next 2 weeks or next couple months. Lay low, chill, and it ain't gonna never go nowhere. But it'll die over. It'll die over.
Yeah, I hope it die over, and I hope they start talking about more of the people that actually won.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because
Questlove won a Oscar for a documentary. You know what I mean? So
what was the documentary that he won? I know he was doing documentaries.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
The fact that I'm more impressed that Samuel did 153 movies and this is his first Oscar. And he made $27 billion, not million, $27 billion over his career.
Who?
Samuel L. Jackson as an actor.
Yeah, that's because he a hell of an actor. That's why.
27 billion, and he ain't had that many leading roles. It ain't like it's not like every movie he been in, he was a leading role. You know what I'm saying? That was impressive.
Role,
That's impressive. That's impressive.
His role, but Samuel L. Jackson role and him like, I don't know if this sounds right. His roles and himself is a big, like, any role he in, he'll big enough. His energy is big, so it's gonna make it feel like in a lead role. Like, I like movies like that he was in, like The Negotiator. He wasn't a lead actor in that, but it felt like it because he demanded the movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he be in a lot of Marvel. Like, this dude be in all the Marvel movies. Is he in
all the Marvel movies? No, he wasn't all of them. He wasn't through Thor. He wasn't Thor through all three of the Thors.
Yeah, but I think he was mentioned in one of them though.
Oh, he was mentioned in every one. No, let me see. No, he was mentioned in maybe the second Thor. He was mentioned.
You know, but he was never in them. Yeah,
he wasn't. He wasn't in Thor. He wasn't in the Guardian of the Galaxies either. You know what I'm saying?
His role was so big. His role is so big that he get mentioned in movies that he ain't even got nothing to do with, just because, I mean, Samuel L. Jackson played that part real well. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Even when they put out the Captain Marvel movie, he was in that movie, and that was like supposed to be like years before it came out. You know what I mean? So like, he in everything.
Right. Even though he wasn't a leading role, but he played it. But but you know, I know what you're saying. His characters always play a big part in the movie.
Right.
He's always if he's not the leading role, he always play a big part and played rememberable roles. You know what I'm saying? Like Coming to America.
I was just about to say, everybody knows he was in McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like, everybody know who he was. So,
right. Yeah. Star Wars too. He was in all three of the first Star Wars. No, I don't think he was in the first one. He was in the second episode, the third one. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean? He wasn't in the first. Was he in the first one? He might have been in the first one.
Who was he supposed to be though?
He was one of the Jedi councilmen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he was, but I think he was in the first. He was in all three of them, I think. You know what I'm saying? So because the third one he played a little bit more of a role. He had more dialogue in the third one. Like he was a little bit more, he was a lot more seen because he fought the damn, you know what? Star Wars fans would get on my ass. He fought one of the main villains. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not a Star Wars fan, so I don't know nothing about this right now.
Right. But he fought one of the villains, and I think he got killed, and his character got killed. But he was in Star Wars. Of course, Soul Man, that was a leading role. You know what I mean? And like I said, the Marvel movies, like, cause that's funny when they got him to play Nick Fury. I was wondering how they was gonna. I knew Nick was gonna be important because of the Avengers, right? And a lot of stuff. And he was the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I knew he was gonna be important. But I was wondering how they was gonna use him. And they chose the right actor for Nick Fury.
Yeah, definitely. They did. Hold on, I got something to say about him. But before I say that, Questlove won for Summer of Soul documentary he directed.
Okay, Summer of Soul.
Summer of Soul. Yeah. But as for Samuel L. Jackson, I think one of his best movies was the movie where he had the white lawyer and the dudes mess with his daughter.
What, Time to Kill?
Time to Kill. That was one of his dopest movies.
Yep.
I still remember him in what's the movie with Spike Lee? Do the Right Thing.
Do the Right Thing.
He was a radio person in Do the Right Thing. I try to find his drop from when he was on the radio, and he say Something about good morning or wake your ass up or something like that. He say something like that. But who? I got a question for you though. Who
He
you
was in
think?
Juice. He was in Juice too. Remember that? Was he in Juice?
Was he in Juice?
Was he in Juice?
Yeah, he was the.
Yeah. He was
he had a pool hall. He had a pool hall.
Yep.
Yeah. He had a pool hall. So who you think a bigger actor, him or Morgan Freeman?
It gotta be. It's Samuel. It's Samuel. Sam. Yeah, he did more movies. He did more movies than did Morgan. He did more movies than Morgan. He did more movies than Morgan. I think he a bigger actor.
Right.
Yeah, he the big actor. I like Morgan Freeman because I still think he God in it.
Well, it's between him and light skinned dude from Coming to America, the daddy, James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones.
They both got them voices where they can do like the commentary to your movies.
Right. You realize James Earl Jones was a character in Conan with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. They do been around for a long time.
Been around for a minute, man. He been acting. Is he still alive? He's still alive, ain't he? Yep, he's 91 years old. He's a Capricorn too. Yeah, he was. That's funny how they had him in Conan. He had like this whole big ass wig on and shit in Conan. You know what I mean?
You're talking about James Earl Jones.
Yeah. This big old, he was playing like a warlord or a king or something like that. You know what I mean?
What you think about that clips I sent you?
Which ones?
The clips, Pusha T and his brother.
Yeah, I like it. It was good to see them rap again. Since Malice was talking about like he wasn't gonna rap again. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like to see them. You know what I'm saying? I like you see them make music together or whatever like that.
Well, you know they was on there Kanye. You know they was on there Kanye too though.
Yeah, I know. But it wasn't as the clips though. It was like
right. It was just, yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it was good to see that together because they got their own, even though they got their own separate fan base and Malice don't make music like he used to, but it was dope to see them come together and make a record together. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they still sound like clips too. I like how Malice sounded on there.
Yeah, he sounded pretty good. He sounded real good.
Yeah,
I liked it. Shoot, what you think about the Earth Game album?
Who's
Earth Gang? Ghetto Gods, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still listening to that Earth Gang. I ain't gonna hold you. I still like that shit. The production is amazing.
Yep.
The songs are put together is amazing. The flow of the album is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they got the features that they got on there are on point.
Yeah.
But they got doper music outside of their album. So my playlist right now is like the whole Earth Gang album, and then it's like this song called Baptized they got with Slum Village. Them and Slum Village got an album.
Really?
Yeah, them Slum Village. And I think JID on most of the songs, but for sure the album is called Spill His Village. It's got a song called They got a few songs on there, but there's one song I play a lot called Baptized.
Mm.
And then I like JID. I like a lot of JID shit. So I like a lot of that Fayetteville shit.
Yeah, Dreamville.
Oh,
Dreamville. To me has the most talented roster. You know what I'm saying? I think they had the most talented roster because I like Luke from Charlotte. I like JID. I like Earth Gang. I like Ari Lennox. Of course, J. Cole and Boz or Bose. I'm pronouncing the name right. Like all the motherfuckers dope. Everybody dope. Everybody on the label. Everybody on the Dreamville is dope. Everybody.
Now, do you put them over Quality Control?
That's a good question. They have talent wise, yes. Talent wise, yes. I think the skill and talent, you know what I'm saying, they are a few, light years ahead of Quality Control.
Yeah.
But as far as an all-star roster, yeah, Quality Control has the all-star roster. You got the Migos, you got City Girls, you got Little Baby, and you got Lil Yachty. Who else you got? So they got the two hottest groups in hip hop on their label, on the same label.
Yeah.
Male and female. So you can't take.
I don't think that's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
No, it's not. It's not.
Dreamville right now, whatever you doing, if you're on Dreamville right now, whatever y'all are doing over there, maybe you might not feel like you getting the same promotion as Amigos or a Little Baby, but your music sounds top notch. I mean, Migos sound good, Little Baby sound good, y'all sound good. It's just two different spectrums of the game, but you're still dope. You still dope though.
Right, and of course, yeah, and I know a lot of people went and know a lot of the artists on Dreamville. You know what I'm saying? They want to know who like Lou is. They want to know who Boss is. They want to know who, Omen. What is it? Omen. You got Omen. You have, you know what I'm saying? Of course, GID. So a lot of people might not know who they are, but yeah, they are still dope. They're still dope. All of so they Dreamville. Then you got J. Cole a part of it. So they still have the better roster as far as the talent. But if you want to definitely say, yeah. But if you want to say all-star, like QC, shit, the Migos, they one of the hottest group, if not the top group in hip hop. City Girls as well. So you got the two. So they got the two hottest groups in hip hop, on that same label. Then you got Lil Baby, which he's probably the biggest star. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Lil Yachty. Then you got who else you got over there?
Question for you. Is Migos? Let me see. This might be a valid question, but is Migos the only group in hip hop?
No. No. City Girls.
Okay, so the only 3-man group in hip hop.
The only 3-man group?
Successful. Not don't count the locks. Don't count the locks. Because the locks is a 3-man group.
Right.
I'm talking about right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is the only 3-man group right now.
And Earth Gang is the only 2-man group.
Yeah, the duo, yeah. Well, we got City Girls. But they're two women.
I meant for dudes. That's why I said 2-man group.
2-man group. Yeah. Earth Gang and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. There's a 4-man group out there. I just came up on, man, I forgot these cats' name. But I just came up on them not too long ago, and they out of New York. And they're a 4-man group. But then if you want to add Griselda, they're a 3-man group. I don't know. Yeah. Do you consider them a group? Do you consider them a group?
Yeah, I just consider them a label.
A label, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
There's no R&B groups out there.
You said what?
There's no R&B groups out there.
It's none. Only one that's out there right now, but they are doing a lot, but they're not well known. They call Casual. They right out here in Atlanta. They're the only 4-man R&B group that's doing their thing. Their name's Casual. They all dope. They all can sing. They dope. They jumped on a record years ago with I produced it with JK. You know what I'm saying? It's a video out called Where the Magic Happens. But they've been touring. They always tour. They did a lot of college runs. They was on Maury, I think. The America's Got Talent. The Maury, they was on that a while ago. So, but they're still making music, still doing their thing, still performing all over the place. So they the only as far as like group R&B group, they're the only ones. And they're not even like, well known. You would know, if you following them and fans of them, which they do have fans, you would know like, okay, that's them. But as far as like a lot of people, they don't know about them. But yeah, Casual, shout out to Casual. You know what I'm saying? They the only 4-man male group, man. That's really what they think.
Jagged Edge, you don't count. Jagged Edge, you don't count. We
don't count that.
We already know where y'all at. Yeah, y'all don't count.
Yeah, but they only want
a lot, man. Like it took out groups. It's only like like we just said, a select a few groups that's really at the that's well known.
Right. I think
it's dead.
I think it's the money. I really believe it's the money. That's the number one thing. I believe it was the money. That's number one. Number two, I think when you have many people in the group, you got to worry about, is one of the members going to show up for studio time? You know what I'm saying? One of the members going to show up for studio time. One of the members ain't out there doing drugs, fucking women. You know what I'm saying? Why he's supposed to be at the studio making a record? You know what I'm saying? Or she's supposed to be at the studio making a record. So that comes, like that's the shit that be coming with it. Because every single group in hip hop and R&B and rock, bands, whatever, they always had that one dude, and it's always be the member that a lot of people like. If you notice that, it's always be the member that a lot of people like gravitate to. Like Bone Thugs been dealing with the shit for years, and Busy Bone is the one that a lot of people had gravitated to, and he the one don't be everywhere with them. You know what I'm saying? He the one don't be everywhere. When they show up for a show, he ain't there sometimes. You know what I mean? So, and that's the one that a lot of people definitely would gravitate to and come to see. Some people might say he the best member in Bone Thugs. You know what I'm saying? Flesh and Bone been locked up for 10 years, so he wasn't there on they big run for a lot. So, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, it just be three of them. It'd be Wishbone, Crazy Bone, and Lazy Bone. They be the ones that be doing the show. What happened to Busy? Busy ain't there. He fuck around doing some other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's always that one. It's always one.
Always that one, right?
It's always that one. So
we so I've been listening to a lot of you heard the Mace song he put out to Diddy?
No, I didn't.
All right, bring it up on YouTube real quick.
You said what the song? What song is?
It's called Mace. It's Mace Oracle 2.
Mace Oracle 2?
Yeah. Now,
okay.
He said he got 7. He got 7 versions of this song, and I'm guessing that he dissing multiple people in every version.
Oh shit!
Because the first version that he did, he was dissing Cameron. This song right here, he talking about Diddy. Now, Lil Baby Engineer mixed this song, and he said he liked the way this song sounds. So when you hear it, think about it two ways. You're gonna be like, damn, why it may sound like this? But think about the person that's engineering the record.
Right.
It's Lil Baby artist. So he about to put out another version where it's just an acapella version of everything he's saying.
So this Mace. So this is Mace.
Mace got a new album. Mace said he got like 400 songs that he could have been putting music out on, but his agent lost his hard drive twice.
Damn.
So he couldn't put out no music. So he had to kind of re-record everything over.
So now you know what that comes with a question. So since he have to do that, right? I wonder if he's still under is he still under Bad Boy? Contractual.
He's not under Bad Boy.
Okay.
Well, the only thing he was tied to Bad Boy for was publishing. Diddy had his publishing held up. I think that's why he still dissing, because he said he just want the money that he is owed. You know what I mean? Like he said he probably had the best contract on Bad Boy. He said he wrote all of No Way Out.
Okay.
Diddy made $200 million off of No Way Out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Mace wrote all of No Way Out.
So Mace should have got goddamn at least 50 million out of that, or 40 or whatever. He should have got it. Yeah, he definitely would have got. It's definitely a couple M's out of that shit.
So He said how much he got too. So he dropped Harlem World. And then they dropped No Way Out. And he said Diddy gave him $2 million.
Okay.
For both of those albums. Just $2 million.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. So he made $100 million off the shit Mace wrote and only gave him $2 million.
So, okay, so he gave him $2 million up front. Or that was just
he gave him $2 million after he put out both albums, the Harlem World and the No Way Out. Then he gave him $2 million.
So what was the royalty split? What was the split?
I don't know.
So right. So this is what I think. This is what a lot of people and I think some artists don't understand. And I think it is fucked up by how the label, do it. But I understand it. So if let's say his split, even on the publishing, let's say his split, I don't know. Let's say his split was 5%.
I'm gonna tell you about the publishing after you finish. Go ahead.
Right. So let's say whatever the split. Let's say it was any. Put it this way: anything under 40%, even if the album sells a lot of records and you got $2-3 million up front, you know what I'm saying? You still might not recoup because you recouping because they're recouping off your percentage under 40. So if your percentage is at 10%, yeah, you ain't gonna recoup no money because you recouping from the 10%. It's gonna be damn near impossible,
right?
to make that money back or make the money back.
What if you get $2 million up front and you make $50 million on Harlem World and then $100 million on No Way Out? Would you expect the artist to be like, yo, you made $150 million off of my rhymes, you only gave me $2 million. What's up with the publisher? Well, like, what's up with the something? 10 million or something, you know what I mean? Like,
that goes back to what was in the contract.
Right.
Well, what was in that's where you got to start at. What does it say in the contract? That's gonna be first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? What did you sign? What did y'all agree to? At the end of the day, okay, you agreed to from a 10% royalty from to whatever. You know what I'm saying? Not like I said, I don't know how much money, if he just willy-nilly gave him $2 million and Mace accepted the shit without even looking at his contract, reading the contract, then yeah, Mace probably could have fucked himself out of $7-8 million.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And just step to the $2 million and just say, hold on, wait, before you give me this $2 million, what's in my contract? Let me get a lawyer. We look in what's in his contract because I might be, you give me $2 million, but I might be owed $6 or $7 million.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
They say back then, and this is with Biggie too. Now, think about this. This is with Biggie too. They say back then, Diddy had multiple publishers. Just like Suge Knight probably had multiple publishers. Mm-hmm. They said Diddy had multiple publishers. He had some of his artists, some of their publishers going to his first son.
Damn.
His first son, he set up a publishing company on his first son, and instead of him signing them through Bad Boy Publishing,
right?
He had them through Justin Combs Publishing. So all their money was going to Justin Combs instead of the where it was supposed to be going.
Right.
Some contracts.
But they see again, this
all off them contracts.
Right. But again, why not? A lot of these cats that signed the contracts, right? A lot of them was already grown. They might have been young, 23, but a lot of them was grown. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't this, so even if you oblivious to the music industry, and I understand like the access to the information wasn't that valid. But why would a grown man and a grown woman would sign some shit they don't understand? Why would you sign something you don't understand? Right. Like even your 9 to 5 present you with something to sign, aka a contract. Why they, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's policies, but they gotta have you sign something because you gotta, hey, we're gonna pay you this amount of money an hour. And while you here working for our company, this is what we expect you to do under our policy. And they do that just in case they don't want to get sued. Some other shit comes up or whatever like that. That way, you as an employee cannot come back at some later date and sue them for whatever. They say, hey, well, you signed it. You already, right. You already unsigned it. You agreed that this is what we're gonna do. That's all what it is. So if you did not understand, so if I didn't understand what the job was signing, then I need to ask the person that's presenting me, hey, what does this mean in this policy right here and this like that? And he or she got to explain to me what that means. So again, if you don't understand, you just willingly just signing shit, then later on down the line, oh shit, man, you know what I'm saying? I only got $2 million up front. That's all I got from the record deal. Yeah, because you didn't realize you signed for 7% or royalty rate. Nigga, you would never get your money. You know what I mean? So, like, again, I don't.
Anytime somebody send you a contract, read it. It don't matter what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Read it. It's very important that you read it. It's very important that you read it. Like,
right.
You never know what could be inside a contract that somebody might put in there, or somebody might not have meant to put in there, but put in there, and you sign it, and you
right.
You know what I mean? Like you tied up for a while. You know what I mean? So you got to always read it and ask those questions. Like, you got to always ask questions before you sign a contract, because you never know. If you don't ask questions, you can't ask questions 2 years later when you're like, where my money at? I'm stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, in the contract, a contract you signed 2 years ago, you ain't have no questions then. Why you got questions now?
Now, right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, just read it. And then I tell artists, like, even contracts we present, you know what I'm saying, like $80,000. Like, yo, just read the contract. Anything, and I always let them know anything you don't understand, just hit us back.
Right.
And we let's work it out. We adjust. We can explain it, and we adjust. We adjust accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever like that. This all you gotta do is ask questions. Don't be afraid to hit us up. Ask questions. Always ask questions. Like, a lot of people, like, it's like, damn, you was in that situation. You didn't ask no questions about what you didn't understand, what you was reading.
Right.
Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Well, we just signed the deal, and now you got the potty face at the label 6 years later because. That's all the money you done fucked off the money. And a lot of times what it is that the artist done fucked off the money.
Yep.
They done got this money up front and done fucked it off. You know what I mean? They done fucked off the money, helping the money, they helping the homeboys out of shit. And they realize, like, oh, I ain't got no more money left. And I ain't gonna see no goddamn royalty until, you know what I'm saying, this shit get paid back. You know what I mean? So
do you really, if you get signed $20,000 deal, they give you $10,000 up front. Don't go get the top-notch producers, man. Your money gone. Guess what? When that money gone, your recoup is gonna be probably 5 times more than that.
Right.
By the time you go get 2 producers, your budget is gone. Your budget is out of here. It's gone. Now what you gonna do? Now you still gotta come out of pocket for this other shit that's about to put you in the red with the label, because you spend all your money on 2 producers, and now you gotta think about videos, airplanes, hotels, and all that, like travel, security, your peoples, your man's and his peoples,
right?
Your girlfriend and her peoples, your mama and her peoples. Like, you gotta pay for everybody. So once you get into the red, if you ain't hitting out the park like Drake, you gonna be in the red for a while. Right?
Yeah, because it's I'm gonna go. Like back in the day, I need to get Timberland and Pharrell. All right, cool. Them motherfucker was charging at about $200K.
Yep.
Over that, you know what I'm saying? So now you want them to produce a single, then you get you get 2 to 4 beats for them. So you're already like 600-700 up. And that's in beat production. We ain't talking about mixing, we ain't talking about mastering, and we ain't even talking about the recording.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't even talking about promotion.
You ain't even talking about promotion. So Now all of a sudden, you up by at the end of the day. Now you up by $5 million. You in the red by $5 million. Then you talk about, oh man, I'm on my master's back, nigga. You never pay back the $5 million from the hour that the money you borrowed in '97.
Exactly. This is one thing I always thought about, right? Say somebody put out an album, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they put out 12 songs. They put out a single, maybe another single. Then they bitch about the label, talk about how they ain't getting paid for whatever. Sometimes I be sitting back thinking like, damn, why don't you just put out another single? Or another single? Or another single? Or another single? You got an album with 12 songs. You only put out 2 singles. And you know, you got 10 other songs you can choose from that you can put them shits out and keep recouping that money from the label from the album you just put out. Don't put out an album with 36 songs and promote 2 songs.
Right.
You got 36.
Right.
Get out your contract faster. Get that money back. I don't know. That's just me. I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
It's crazy. Again, man, it's crazy that artists don't a lot of artists that are signed and they come out and complain and they don't realize what they don't realize what they signed. You know what I'm saying? Like, after all said and done, oh, maybe I done fucked up. Or maybe you didn't fuck up. You just didn't read the contract. Because I don't
yeah.
You just didn't read the contract. So I don't, and again, and then what it is that when artists do come out and speak about the situation with their label, then you have artists that's independent talking about, man, I ain't signing no deal. I ain't gonna sign no deal. I ain't gonna sign no deal because all they do is take your money. No, you gotta understand the record company is a damn company. So what you expect if the record company is fronting you this money up front to go make a product? Yeah, they expect they're anticipating. Of course, it's all anticipation, right? So they're anticipating that, okay, you're gonna make, if we give you $1 million up front, you're gonna make $7 million or maybe more than that from the product. Now we got to put in, now that $1 million will go towards promotion, whatever. So we anticipate to make maybe about $2, $3, $4 million off that. And you know what I'm saying? This is the percentage that you want to get from the residuals. And artists don't realize, like, okay, what industry that you get money, you get your money up front outside of being an athlete. You get your money up front, guaranteed up front. Once you sign pen to paper, you get your money up front, and you get your residuals after said you get your residuals after that money get paid back. No industry does that. And guess what? You don't have to take that big advance up front.
Right. You ain't got to take no advance.
You ain't got to take no advance. You don't have to. You be like, hey, you know what? Nah, listen. I'm not gonna take that money up front. Just leave that in my account. Y'all, everything else might come. We'll just leave that. You don't have to take that advance up front.
Even if they put it in your account, you don't gotta spend it. Like, you don't gotta go buy the chains. You don't gotta go buy the high producers. You don't gotta go to private jets and these big airplanes and shit. Like, you don't gotta do this shit. You don't gotta go rent you a car for 6 months at a time just because you want to show off you got money. Like, you don't got to. It's other ways. I mean, not to sound like if it was me and I got an advance, let me go put down on this house real quick. You know what I mean? Like, something that's gonna be mine. I ain't gotta worry about nobody taking that shit. Like,
right.
Then I'll work on everything else after that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I ain't going to get no jewelry. It sound cool, but see me now. I don't be, you know what I mean? I ain't got nothing on. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So
right.
You don't got to spend that advance, man. Just make sure every contract you can negotiate. as long as you make the terms negotiable. If I said that right, I don't even know if I said that wrong. But
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, make sure what you signing up for is what you want. Is what you want. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you signing the contract for. You signing it because you know it's in your best interest. Make sure you read it in your best interest. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
you know what I mean? It is. Hey, it is what it is. Like, that's everybody want to be in a good spot. Like, you don't want to sign nobody who go later on down the line feel like, oh, I shouldn't have did this. This is a bad move. Whatever. Nah. Before you sign, we got to come to this. We got to come to this agreement that this is what we do. You know what I mean? Like,
right. And then some artists, they complain like, "What the label ain't put me out, put out, ain't let me put out no music." Okay, what's the flip side? What happened to music that you presented was bullshit?
Right. What happened to people throwing up music on that Piff or my mixtapes or YouTube? What happened to rappers freestyling over other rappers' beats?
They still do it.
Yeah, but it ain't. It's like the only time you hear people do music now is when they want to put out an album or a single. It's not like nobody really stays relevant anymore under the underground. Okay, so I say Drake don't put out no mixtapes.
Right.
He don't put out no freestyles. He don't put out no let me just throw y'all this mixtape unless this go be on Apple Music or Spotify. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of these artists they don't do it no more. Lil Baby don't do. I'm sure.
You don't need to.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time Lil Baby put out a mixtape or Lil Durk. Sometimes that's where they best music at because they don't care about the album shit. You know what I mean?
The streaming killed that shit, and then the streaming killed that shit. That's number one. But I think what happened was that the label with the DJ Drama situation, what happened? There was that situation happened. So I think that kind of put a little stain on the mixtape game at the time. You know what I'm saying? When because DJ Drama with the Gangsta Grills, he was killing that shit. Niggas was getting signed. Niggas was getting signed off mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was just wasn't mixtapes because they was building a buzz in the street with the tapes. But if you got on Gangsta Grills, that mean if Drama was working with you, the industry was watching. But I think they realized these cats were selling the music. You know what I'm saying? So they were selling it. So basically, what happened was they'll get the music from Jeezy or from an artist, a major artist, or from the label. Yo, yeah, we would like you to do a mixtape where we'll put out for free. So it's almost like a demo and see what the streets talking about. You know what I'm saying? But I think what happened was they realized okay, shit, this motherfucker got 2 million downloads in one day. And free downloads, and we ain't getting paid. And we done dropped the DJ 7 exclusive records.
Right.
And we ain't getting paid from it. You know what I'm saying? But the DJ getting paid from it because guess what? Jeezy done shot about $10,000 to host the tape. And of course that made a lot of DJs get money. So I think when that happened and the label stepped in, that was it. So I understood it because as a business, it's just like if you find somebody, it's just like you working at Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? And Pepsi say, go ahead and take these sodas and give them out for free. You know what I'm saying? Or give them out. Let's test the waters. But you out there selling the Pepsi Colas,
right?
You make money. You realize you making a lot of money off the Pepsi, and Pepsi like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. We not. Whoa. Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so as a company, what you gonna do? Same thing. It's same thing with you got your t-shirt company. If you say, man, I'm gonna front you some t-shirts, whatever, just give them out, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And every time you front him t-shirts and shit, he starts selling the shit and he starts making money. You be like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. Now because you losing money. Right. He making money, you losing money. So you kind of got so I think that's what it was. The mixtape game, when the situation happened with Drama, I think that was like the beginning and the end of the mixtape game because labels done stepped in. They done really stepped in and cracked down, which I think it could have been better it could have handled better. But the music industry always the last one the catch up. They always the first one to sue somebody over some shit. You know what I'm saying?
So do you believe in mixtapes still? Like, would you like? Do you even know about any mixtapes that even come out?
Nah, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant to a mixtape.
Yeah, it is. I think it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant for a lot of artists to do albums.
Yeah.
It depends on who you are.
Depends on I'm about to say depends on who you are. It depends on who you are and your audience. You know what I'm saying? It depends on who you are, your audience. Because if you talk about like artists like Lil Baby and Da Baby and niggas can put out in NBA Youngboy, they put out singles and video. All they can do is put out a single and videos. They drop a single video every week or two.
Yeah.
Because of their fan base. Not somebody like Earth Gang, they fan base will appreciate the album.
The album, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They appreciate the album, whatever like that. So it just all depends on the fan base. You might start off with a single, then the fan base like, yo, we want a whole project because we tired of, because you putting out singles, so you put out a single every month or two, and they like, we want a collection of songs. But what Murphy Lee said was very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Well, so shout out to Murphy Lee that did an interview on Piff Radio. He said something that was interesting. He said, man, he feel like singles do better on streaming than albums. Right,
they do. I believe that because I see a lot of people, a lot of the artists that I deal with, they just put out a lot of singles.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if I want to ask them, yo, you working on an album, you working on a project, because if they got 10 projects out on Spotify, they got 10 singles. So, you know what I mean? It's like, you could have put those 10 in the album, but I see you not really thinking about doing the album. So I'm guessing that you just a singles artist. You know what I mean? And that's
right.
That's not a bad thing. It is what it is.
It is what it right. It's not a bad thing. But again, it's all predicated on your audience. That's always gonna be on your audience, what the audience and what they want. So if you see that your singles are doing better than opposed of doing an album, then guess what? You might want to just stick to the singles. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's just like I said, Lil Baby, I think their audience, they appreciate more of the singles than opposed of him dropping an album because he can drop a single every month or two. But somebody like Tech Nine, the audience want that product. They want that album. They want something. They want the collection of. They want the and his audience, his fan base want the physical. They want the shirts. They want a T-shirt. They want all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So again, somebody Lil Baby fan base might not care about no goddamn merch. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know he probably did sell some, but for the most part they don't care about that shit. But Tech Nine fans, man, they want the album, they want the vinyl, they want the wristband, they want the T-shirt, the water bottle. Nigga, we want everything. We want to go to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we want everything. Tech Nine, the Strange Music, we want everything. We want so because you got motherfuckers getting tattoos that let you know something like, dog, they want to have something to remember by. So that's their fan base. You know what I'm saying? That's his fan base. So you go. It's according to your fan base.
You know who I think had the biggest fan? Who I think got the biggest fan bases?
Who that?
Michael Jackson and Tupac.
Yeah.
Because Michael Jackson, for one, because he got impersonators who actually do impersonation as a real live job.
Yeah.
As Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Like, they had to learn them steps. They try to look like him, everything. You know what I mean? And
shit, they even performing.
Right.
They going out making money, performing those songs. You know what I'm saying?
So Elvis got his fan base too. But that Elvis and Michael Jackson, they pretty much, that's like the epitome, biggest fan bases ever. I think I add Tupac in there because Tupac got so many channels. Like I watch Vlad TV. I watch the Art of Dialogue. I watch Born First. I watch damn Vlad, the Art of Dialogue. I watch a lot of podcast interviews or whatever, right?
Right.
Well known stuff. And majority of the time, they always asking somebody about Tupac. They do interviews about Tupac. Their content is centered around Tupac.
Tupac.
Like Will and Jada are still being haunted by the ghost of Tupac.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's like Tupac is like the epitome. Just like Michael Jackson and Elvis, he like the epitome of like rap. Like Biggie,
he might be the biggest hip hop star in hip hop.
But yeah.
Biggie. See, and too, because Pac had music before he passed and after he passed.
Right.
Tupac had and he did like what 6, 7 movies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Pac did, and he did all this at what 23, 24 years old. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He died at 24.
A lot of people don't realize he was only on death row for like a few months.
Yeah, they like 6 or 9 months, something like that.
He wasn't even on death row long enough to get a check from the album that he did because it wasn't a time. The time span wasn't long enough.
Wasn't long enough.
So you know what I mean, like,
right?
You know what I mean?
He had what 2 albums on death row? All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli, right? That was 2 albums. So he had 2 albums on death row.
3 albums.
3? Oh, Are You Still Down was one of them too?
No, All Eyes on Me was a double album.
That's right. Sure was.
So his deal with Death Row was for 3 albums. Guess what? Machiavelli was his last album on Death Row.
Right.
And he wasn't signed to Death Row. He was signed to his own record label. So Death Row was a partner, or Death Row was a distributor and for Tupac's label that was a partner with Universal or Interscope or whatever.
Right. So
he wasn't even signed to Death Row. He was just signed on as a partner for Universal to distribute through Death Row. And he only had a 3-album deal. All Eyes on Me was 2 albums, and Machiavelli was the last album. So he was going to sign his Bad Boy East. Bad Boy East was supposed to be Tupac label. That's why they was putting that in motion.
What Death Row? You mean Death Row East?
Death Row East. Did I say Bad Boy East?
Yeah, it said Bad Boy East. That was already in the East.
My bad. Yeah, Death Row East. Death Row East was supposed to be Tupac label, and that was just what he was gonna start on after Machiavelli.
Right.
And that One Nation album.
Right. And then he had what 3 albums or 4 albums before he got to Death Row.
Yep.
Like Me Against the World, Thug Life, All My Niggas, Apocalypse, or Tupacalypse, just me and my niggas or something like that. All my niggas, or strictly for my niggas. You're right, strictly. So he had like 4 albums before he got on Death Row. Then he did the 3 albums with Death Row. Then he did like another 3, 4 albums after he passed. So
he had Are You Still Down? Is it Are You Still Down?
Yeah, Are You Still Down?
That's a double album.
That's a double album. That was a double album?
Yeah, that was a double album because I still listen to those. So that was a double album. He had Better Days. That was a double album. He had Until the End of Time. That was a double album.
Yeah, I forgot about Until the End of Time. Forgot about that one. Damn. Forgot about that one.
I think that was it. Better Days, Until the End of Time.
Tupac's Life. He had one called Tupac's Life.
Yeah. And then he had him and the Outlaws had a whole album.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, him and Outlaws had a whole album. But what did it for me was when he first died, right? It was like and then this was during the mixtape This is during the mixtape era, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when he died, it was Machiavelli 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was like 20 Machiavelli mixtapes with all new lyrics on it, all different beats. And it was like, damn, this nigga got so much damn music. It didn't make no sense. Like,
They say Tupac had over 300 songs, something like that, something around that. That's a lot of music. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of music, and we only heard. You know what I'm saying? We only heard the best 12 to 17 or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So imagine what else is out there that we never gonna hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like we never going to hear how many verses he done did with people, how many, beats he done rapped on. You know what I'm saying? From producers that maybe he did rap on Pete Rock beat that we don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We probably don't know. You know what I mean?
We never even heard the One Nation album that they was doing.
Right.
He had Greg Nice and Nice and Smooth. They had nice and Smooth when they had like a lot of hip hop legends on there. And they was talking about him and Nas was gonna do an album after they met that time in the park and shit popped off, and then it didn't pop off and they talked. They was possibly go record an album after that. So it's like this dude had so much material. Like I seen Too Short talking about one time they went to the studio and him and Tupac was about to record a song, and before he even got to his verse, Tupac had recorded like 2 or 3 verses already.
Right.
Like in like 5-6 minutes. Like he had already boom, 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 boom. I'm ready. You ready? Like they said he was writing verses like that, like back to back, to back to back, to back. You know what I mean? So
right.
That's why I can never put Biggie over Tupac, because he had the probably the dopest flow, right? But he just didn't have the material.
No, he didn't.
For me, he just didn't have the material.
No, he didn't. He didn't have enough. He didn't have a lot of. Biggie didn't have a lot of material. You know what I'm saying?
He just didn't have a lot of material. I mean,
that's why we only hear. And I'm pretty sure there's other songs that Biggie got that's in the vault that we probably would never hear. That Puff got. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But I know he ain't got as much as.
No, he ain't got as much as because if he did, they would have put it out.
They would have put it out. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. As far as Biggie has the flow. Definitely. Biggie has the flow. But as far as like star power and gifted, Tupac was gifted, man.
Yeah, Tupac had that. Yeah, he had that. I mean, he got out of jail. He did like 4 movies. I think
he did 6 or 7 in total. But yeah, he did like 4 movies when he got out.
Yeah, because he did the movie where he was a junkie and an artist. Then he did a movie where he was a policeman. He was back to back with it, and he was still recording all this music. You know what I mean? And this was just in a short span of time.
Right? Yeah, right. You talking about a short span of time? This man did all this music and did 6 to 7 movies.
Killing it. That's how he was extremely gifted.
Right. In a time there was no social media. So you had to, so he came, he was in an era where you had to get out here and work. So now he performing. Now you performing, you know what I'm saying? Now you on tour performing and shit, and you in the studio. Then you recorded movies. All this while being in his in early 20s. This ain't like he was 27, 28. No, this motherfucker died at 24.
Yeah, early 20s.
Early 20s.
He was getting it. And any interview you look at with Tupac, he's saying some shit that'll be like, damn.
Right.
Smart as shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just it's levels. It's levels to greatness. Like, I think Lil Wayne great, but I ain't never seen Lil Wayne in movies, like classic movies. Like Tupac was in Above the Rim, Juice. He was in classic
Poetic Justice.
Poetic Justice. You know what I mean? He was in classic movies, like
classic movies. Classic.
Like some of these rappers, they dope, but like they say Drake is dope. Drake did Saturday Night Live, cool. Tupac did Saturday Night Live, but I ain't seen Drake in no movies. You know what I mean? Like legendary classic movies. I ain't seen a lot of rappers other than Will Smith and LL Cool J and like Ice-T. But you know what I mean? That's
and Tupac was a good actor. I think Tupac would have been
what Will Smith is.
What Will Smith is. Yeah, right. Matter of fact, he supposed to be a baby boy. That role was written for him.
And Menace in Society.
You know, until he beat up the Hughes brothers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's supposed to have been a baby boy, and he's supposed to have been in Singleton wrote that role for him. And he's supposed to have been in Menace Society. So again, I believe Tupac would have won. Would Will Smith won an Oscar? Tupac would have won an Oscar. He probably would have had maybe about 2.
Yeah, he probably would have had. Yeah. Because I mean, if you think about it, right? For Menace to Society, I don't know if Tupac could have fit that role. He probably could have killed it, but I think that role was good how it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
For Baby Boy, I think he probably would have fit that role a lot better than Menace to Society.
Yeah, because as an actor, like Pac had more range, so Baby Boy would have been and looking at from Poetic Justice.
Poetic Justice, right?
You know what I'm saying? Because it was really a love story. That's what it was. Right. So here you have Tupac, who had to show a lot of emotions. You know what I'm saying, in the movie. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of dialogue. And a lot of people don't understand, like, it was a lot of dialogue. And Tupac had to really act. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of dialogue in that. It was a lot of dialogue in that movie. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
which one are you talking about? Poetic Justice?
Poetic Justice.
Yeah, it was definitely a bunch of dialogue.
It was definitely a bunch of dialogue. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
he was the star of the movie, right? I mean,
he was. Janet Jackson. Then him was the star of the movie. That was the star of the movie.
Yeah.
It was a love story. It really was a love story. Yeah. It really was. You know what I'm saying? It really was a love story. It had no violence in it or nothing like that.
I think that he was the star of Above the Rim too.
You think so?
Because he wasn't the main character, but his character demanded the screen because it was Birdie. It was a dude with the scar on his face.
Yeah.
And everybody like from the beginning of the movie, everybody was like, yo, that's Birdie. You know what I mean? Trying to show off in front of him. You know, that I think I'm not gonna say he was a star of the movie because Dwayne Martin was the star of the movie.
Right.
But he had a strong character in Above the Rim.
No, he did.
Yeah, he had a strong character in Above the Rim. And Juice is a classic for me, so
right. Yeah, Juice definitely was one that was a rememberable role because he was so young in that movie. You know what I'm saying? So he was already young. Right. And that was his first movie role, and he killed that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't the main character, but he demanded so much of that. Like he had a memorable role.
Yeah.
And again, that was another movie where he had to show, he had to show emotion. You know what I'm saying? It was so many levels the ranges that he had to go with that character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everybody did good in that movie. I like Omar Epps. Omar Epps' character inspired me to get involved with the music because this nigga went in his closet and started scratching and killed that shit. Like as soon as the movie come on, it's him with headphones on and his mama scratched the mix. You know what I mean? Scratched the Juice and House Party is what set me on this path to do what I'm doing. Juice and House Party. So I'm gonna throw that out there to everybody. Just let y'all know.
Say Juice and House Party. Yeah,
Juice and House Party is my two most favorite movies. Top two. I can watch those two movies anytime, any place. If I was the last person on earth and all I had was one of those movies to watch,
right.
I'm kicking my feet up because it was I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm good.
I think what me set me on this path was Dr. Listen to Chronic, and Chronic came out in what 91?
Yeah,
I think it
like
was
91.
91. My mom, God rest her soul. My mom, I convinced my mom to buy the album because I couldn't buy it. I had it on the cassette tape, so she didn't know what it was. She just seen this man on the because my mom wasn't into hip hop like that, so she just seen this man on the tape, whatever, and I convinced my mama to buy it. So she brought it. She like, just put it in. I'll never forget it. Just put it in the buggy because she had brought me this RCA stereo for Christmas.
Yeah.
So I had the two ticket. I wanted. I was like 10. I was specifically wanted that radio. So she brought it, popped the tapes in. You know what I'm saying? Popped the tape in, man. And what song really resonated with me wasn't Ain't Nothing But a G Thing. Even though I know I saw the video. Remember the box used to come on? They call the box.
The box,
pay like $1 or something. Yeah, and watch the videos. So I already knew about that. But what song really resonated was Ghetto Boys. No, Ghetto. The Ghetto. I think that's the name of the song. What say the Ghetto one, and I'm in these streets. With Snoop was on that joint. And that song right there was the one that like, yo, what is this? And then that's one got me into Bone Thugs and stuff. But when I got older and reverted back to the album, because I haven't listened to the album in years. Reverted back to the album and then look up what Dr. Dre was. I didn't know I knew he was an artist, but I didn't know he was a producer. I didn't know anything about making beats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I looked him up and whatever and found out like what a producer was, whatever. And then my brother was making beats at the time. He was just fucking around with it. My little brother, and he played the saxophone. So he was already musically inclined. So long story short, man, that got me in the introduction to making music. I was like, shit, I can do that too. And I just ran with it. Brought me a Triton. I was in Savannah. Brought me a Triton. And nigga, my kid's mother at the time, you know what I'm saying? She was dealing with a dude that also was playing music, and she was like, well, he had this boy called Triton. A Triton. I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, cool. I went to the store, Portman's Music up in Savannah. Shout out to Portman's Music. I went there. It was like 05. Went there, dog. And it had a 61 key for $600 because that board was like $1,500. I'm like, damn, this board expensive as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Brought the damn board, dog. Went to a bank, emptied my bank account, dog, and brought that board for $600. Then a DJ I knew, God rest his soul because he passed away. A DJ I knew, he was making beats, but he stopped making beats. Nigga had an MPC 2000 XL. He like said, you can have this shit. Just like that, with all the sounds and everything. So you let me have this? So I had the Triton and the MPC, dog, and I was banging out, going in on that shit until I was introduced to FL Studio and Reason. Well, I was going in on that shit. Dude gave me the MPC, dog, with all the sounds on it, everything.
So, and it's crazy that yours started like that. I mean, that's good. It's crazy that mine started like I did. Like my inspiration was just LL Cool J, Kid and Play, and Tupac, and it basically went from there. Like I've been trying to create a sound for so long that sound like early LL Cool J. I still ain't been able to do it. I still ain't been able to do it. Like just the fact that Kid and Play did movies, but they raps wasn't that good. Like it showed me that as long as you comfortable with yourself and you just basically just comfortable with yourself, you can pretty much do whatever. Like these dudes they had cartoons.
Yeah, they sure did.
They had cartoons, they had movies, like
Movies, yep.
And they albums was
Well, their albums went, they was in the the same lane as Will Smith at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They was in that same, they was in that same lane. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and they said, they were saying like, they know everybody was doing this over here, so we kind of want to do this over here. But that was the beauty of hip hop. That's why hip hop was so great.
Different. It was different.
It was different, and it was you allowed to be different. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I was the first ones to have a cartoon. I think they were the first artists to have a cartoon.
They probably was. I won't even dispute that. It probably most likely probably was.
I don't know nobody else, but I know they definitely had a cartoon.
Like, they sure did. They definitely did. Yeah, and then once I started getting into once I got into looking at Def Jam and Russell Simmons and the history of Def Jam, I started like getting into the history of shit of Def Jam, whatever. They had this book I brought like a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? They came out with it was talking about Def Jam like from 1985 to 2006, something like that. I'm gonna find the book, and but I had the book, and it makes it so bad. I rent the book from the library. I had to rent it like 3 times to finish the book. You know what I'm saying? And I read that book. That's when I knew, like, yo, I want to be a record exec, either on my own label or so which I do now. Part of the own label, or be some kind of be an A&R or be a publishing. I just want that's what I wanted to be, and I started looking like the Berry Gordy's and Clyde Davis, looking up Master P and stuff like that. So that was I wanted to that's what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying, and you know what I mean, and make my introduction into the music industry. But I became a producer because I like producing. But my ultimate goal was always be a exec, some type of exec.
Yeah. Nah, that's dope. Yeah, that's dope. Same. Being an executive, being kind of like an overseer of all that is definitely an important position.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got stuck with the A&R stuff because I started doing the mixtapes. Like I used to sell mixtapes in school, so it was like, if the way you put playlists together and CDs together, if people don't like it, they're not gonna buy your shit. You know what I mean? So I would have people hit me up and tell me, yo, I need that data disc. Like they would give me a playlist. Maybe it got 4 albums on it. Maybe it got just 120 songs on it.
Right.
But they would pay for that. So, I can't get them 120 songs or some trash. You know what I mean? It's got to be.
Some legit shit.
It's got to be some legit shit. So, that kind of put me on the path to where I'm at, like doing the mixtapes. If you go to that Piff right now, I got maybe 20 mixtapes up there. Probably like when I used to DJ and I had my MySpace page, I had like 600,000 plays on there.
Dang.
And that was just from collabing with people. Like I shout out to James. Somebody got Knox, man, from Next Level DJs. I still got a drop with him. I still got a drop that he gave me that it's on a few of my songs on streaming. So shout out to Knox. But that's when I met him, I was doing my DJ shit. I was
right.
You know what I mean? So it was like, yeah. So so let me stick to listening to the music, putting the music out, letting people know what hot stuff is. Like that's the one thing I like to take credit for. Like we have a lot of songs on Piff Radio that a lot of people should know about.
Mm-hmm.
Some people pick it up mad late after we already done played it, or after we done already killed it and we don't want to hear it no more. Somebody else pick it up. So it's like, I want to take pride in us being ahead of the curve with that.
Right.
Even with my kids and my wife, like I listen to a lot of music because I don't listen to the radio. And then when they do listen to the radio and then they start hearing shit that I had already played, it's like, see, if I was on the radio, I would have been playing that shit.
Right.
But it is what it is.
Well, that's great about being out, being by Piff Radio. So that's a great thing about it. The audience always can tune in and listen to songs that they'd even popped off yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so when them songs do popped off, you're like, oh shit, I heard this on Piff Radio. You know what I'm saying? Not, they were the first ones to play it or the first ones to really, get in a heavy rotation and stuff like that. So that's always, that's always a great thing. Cause they let you know, like commercial radio just be either last one to catch up or you already know how the game go with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to Tommy Simpson, Break 'em Off Records in Atlanta. He sent me a record, Fun Girl Jaja. What was the name of the song?
She an artist, right? Fun Girl Jaja?
Yeah, she an artist. It was a big booty, little booty hoes get with it. Big booty, little booty, whatever the name of that song was. He sent that to me first. To let me listen to it and play it. And then radio stations started picking it up.
Really?
So that's a fact that Piff Radio had that record first. It was played first through Piff Radio, and then everybody else picked it up after that. So shout out to my guy Tommy Simpson for that.
That was up. Shout out to Tommy Simpson for that. Definitely. Yeah, I wonder if somebody like I wonder if the commercial radio station they'll tune in to like Piff Radio and listen. Let's see what they have on the station. I wonder if they listen and then say, you know what, I'm gonna see who this artist is and find this record. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if they do that shit.
I'm sure they do because they don't. I hit up a lot of radio stations to see how I could promote my platform through their platform.
Okay.
And because we're a radio station, they don't allow it to happen. It's competition. So what they do is create multiple radio stations to build on top of Piff Radio. But it's not gonna happen. Who cares?
Because I already know the motherfuckers. I know they have because it's no. Again, we alluded to when we had the meeting with Shot the Curve 80 Grand Music tonight, and we're like, it's hard for a few ears to be everywhere, so you need multiple ears. So I'm pretty sure, dog, they done made like somebody like Hot 97, they got like multiple internet radio stations.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, man. I already know. And I already know, dog. Like,
they converted, like, some people now they got like their radio shows and then they turn their radio shows into podcasts and all this shit. And I'm like, y'all want us to listen to y'all in the mornings and then go listen to the same shit on the podcast, but you still want me to listen to the station at the same time. Like, that's cool, but if I'm listening to you all morning, I'm not gonna double back and go listen again. You know what I mean? Right? Like,
right. I think they do that because they try to get the people that missed the show. But again, like, why would I want to? I mean, even if you're a listener, like, why would I want to go back and listen to the show,
the whole show again? If I was just listening to y'all this morning,
right. We already
the podcast should be separate from the radio. Like, don't send me your podcast if your podcast is the same thing I already heard.
Right.
Like, it's gotta be different.
Yeah, it got to be content that you know, it got to be content that you don't talk about on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got to be that. You know what I mean?
Because the radio is censored. Well,
right.
The radio is not censored, but some radio is censored.
Right. I think that's why they you know, Breakfast Club, they do that. They do their separate. You know, even though they're a radio show, but they still kind of like get the pot. But they don't do they put their pot? Do they put their audio recording out?
Yeah.
In the interviews too. Yeah. See, they said so they kind of separated. That's why the artists be cursing and stuff on there, or they be saying, you know, Charlamagne be saying certain stuff because they probably go off air, or they record that before they go on air, or whatever. I don't know how they work.
I never heard them play music, so I don't really know exactly how. I always just see the visuals, and then see like I never see them actually play the music throughout the show. I've never seen that before on Breakfast Club, like never. I know that they a morning show, but I've never seen them play music unless they had an artist there and they was playing their music.
Right. I don't see, I don't listen to them in the morning, so I don't listen to them. I think they on like 6 to 12, so I don't know. I know Envy do spin, he do, but I don't know. Again, I don't have to listen to the show. I never listen to him in the morning. I always listen to their interviews. So I never listen to their
show either. Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's what's good about us, Piff Radio is that we separated from, we separated, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're, and then even if the shows that we do have, you know what I'm saying, that we put on there, they still different. That's something,
they're still different, right?
Still different, you know what I mean? So when we doing shit like this, it's still separated, even though it's under the Piff Radio brand, but it's still separated. It's something like we're not gonna do this on the radio station. We're gonna,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
This shit. Well, no, boy, we 2 hours, boy. Woo! That's a record.
Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah. 2 hours, man.
Yeah,
y'all know what this is.
Yeah. We gotta chop this up for we had a lot of conversations. We want to chop this up. You know what I'm saying?
I know what this is, man. It's Said Wines.
Man, you got Jay. What?
Pitt, man.
CEO Jay Pitt, man. Hey, man, you listen to Piff Radio. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Piff Radio and Twitter, Piff Radio Online. Make sure you listen to the station 24/7, piffradio.com. You can follow me at I Am Said Wines, and you can follow Jay Pitt at CEO, CEO Pitt, right? CEO Pitt
or Jay Pitt, yep.
CEO Pitt, Jay Pitt on all social media. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, and tune in, man. 24/7. We definitely support the independent artists. You know what I mean? Even if the artist that was signed, you know what I'm saying? He an independent artist, i.e. Murphy Lee, is not signing nobody. We still play his music. So that lets you know, like, we support all indie artists, even if you're not signed. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Alicia Keys. I don't think she signed no more. So send us that record, Alicia Keys. Send us them new records. Right. We get it on. We get it. We get it on the Piff Radio. You know what I mean?
Y'all pray, man. Y'all pray for me because I'm waiting on my verification on IG and Facebook right now. I'm hoping that they look out.
Man, they'll look out, man. They'll look out. We're gonna put that in the universe. You already got it, though. We're gonna manifest that.
So I hope they don't make me wait too long and make me redo it because I had everything right this time to get it. You know what I mean? Like, I had everything right. I had everything I needed. So yeah, we go ponder on that. We got an interview dropping Friday with
Tracy Boyd,
It's Tracy Boyd.
Right? Yeah, Dr. Tracy Boyd. Dropping Friday. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? We got more interviews coming up, so make sure y'all stay tuned in and subscribe to the channel too, man. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe.
12 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. Tune in, piffradio.com, and make sure y'all tune in to Indie Hour.
7 p.m. tomorrow. 7 p.m. 7 to 8 tomorrow. Definitely.
12 o'clock p.m. We kicking it off. And then we up, man. Make sure y'all tune in.
Tune in. All right, we gone. Deuces.